Hello everyone. Today we are going to study lab number 7, introduction and implementation of external and PC interrupts on Mega 328P. Uh, Objective of this lab is we will study external interrupts and delay and already using external interrupts. So introduction is in this previous section I talked about the basic interrupts, and now we're going to PC interrupts and external interrupts. These are the external and the previous are the internal interrupts, and these are the external interrupts. And these are the pins configuration of the PC interrupts and external interrupts. Step we have to execute an interrupt when we interrupt get active. Follow step where close to currently executing its instruction and save the address of the next access stack. Say the current status of the interrupt internally on the stack. It will jump the memory location to interrupt vector table to handle the address of the interrupt service routine. The microcontroller gets the address and the ISR from the interrupt vector, and just to it starts the execute and interrupt service subroutine, which is RTEI. Upon executing RTEI instruction, we return to the location where it is interrupted and get the program control. Start execute the address, enabling receiving interrupt. From this table, we can enable and disable an interrupt. This is EICRA and this is EI mask MSK, and this is EIFR. The EICR is external interrupt control register, is external interrupt mask register, and internal interrupt external interrupt flag register. Software and hardware procedure process and admin and hardware procedure are elaborated earlier. So this is a simulation. The first task is so code is here. We have defined CPF 60 message frequency, include AV library, interrupt library, and header file and delay header file, and LCD header file also. In port B and port C are output, and port D is input. And this is pull up register VD0 and VD1, and this is making int 0 and int 1 level ground, and this is enable interrupt and global interrupt enable SEI. Then while one, and this is printing just on LCD. This is the proto simulation, and first is waiting. When button is pressed, this is setting into 1, interrupt 1, and when we press this, it will be interrupt 2, interrupt 0, sorry. This is hardware implementation. When no button is pressed, it is waiting, and when any button is pressed, when one button is pressed, it will be showing interrupt like this: interrupt 1 and interrupt 0 for 1 and interrupt 1 for 2. So that's for lab number 7. This is we'll covering interrupt, and we're going in In this lab, we have learned about different types of interrupt, global interrupt, external interrupt, internal interrupt. We have learned about their functionality and working, the practical application and usage. We have also design and analyze how to enable global interrupt. So this is for lab 7, interrupt, different types of interrupt we have studied and uploaded on the board and perform task.